Good morning. It's such a beautiful morning out. I don't drink coffee, so I'm just sitting outside. I have to go to New Orleans in a few minutes, probably in about a few hours. And I just wanted to get on and come and chat just a little bit. All of my kids are home from college, and so I have a full house. So I decided I'd come sit outside for a bit just to kind of chat with you guys and see what's going on in your lives and tell you a little bit about some things that's going on in my life. I am talking about why um, many of us don't just do it. I am a 47-year-old mother of four, a serial entrepreneur of multiple businesses, and I live a very structured life. So when I think about getting on YouTube and getting on TikTok and Instagram, I'm always thinking about image, and it's important. It's important to people that have a lot to lose. It's important to people that have morals and standards. It's important to people that just feel like sometimes, I just can't do certain things. And I sit and I listen. So let me say this. I believe that I need to have control over my own social media content. So I do have people to help me with my branding of my businesses and branding of myself and branding, just creating content sometimes when I can't do it alone. Like I'm having a speaking engagement this afternoon. So I'll have somebody there to video the speaking engagement. But when you think about how the internet will make you today and break you tomorrow, even if you have the smallest job or something. Good morning, Seneca. How are you? I am doing absolutely amazing. I um I think about, some of the things that happens. We are living in a culture of a cancel culture, and we think about how people just, they have no regards for hard work and the things that people have done to build their lives or to get where they are. You know, just because of something small somebody said or something. And I know a lot of it has to do with, many times people, get a little aggravated because of some of the things that people say, and rightfully so, because we should be mindful of some of the things that we put out into the atmosphere. But at the same time, livelihoods can be ruined, and social media can take you out in 2.5 seconds, So when I think about people just saying, just do it, that's easier said than done. Like for me, I come on YouTube when I feel like coming on YouTube and I have something to actually say, or I just feel like being social, or I feel like I am just willing to share a little bit like I am today. Today that was a thought on my brain when I woke up. So I decided that get dressed and come out and talk about it because it's a beautiful morning. I'm here in Louisiana and it's cool outside. It's not hot. And I have to go to New Orleans. So instead of me drinking a cup of coffee, I'm sitting out listening at the birds chirp and looking at my flower bed because I have to go out and pull some weeds out of it. But yeah, so thank you so much, Seneca. I try to be. I try to be. I mean, Jimmy, you are about to get blocked. Have a good morning. And I just think about how how we get to where we are. Like I, you, we I'm going to tell you, a lot of times women, we are now seeing that social media is a passive income type of generated source in regards to being able to have extra money. Or if you're going to be on social media, then why not, and but the reality of it is that we have to be, some of us think that, we still have that image to protect, and we have to make sure that we are being good humans and trying to make sure that I am not disregarding anybody else's privacy or being degrading or whatever the case may be, and being thoughtful in the content we put out. I mean, I don't think personally that my life is something that I would want to share 100% of, not even hardly 50% of it, on social media, because I still like to live my private life, but it's to each his own. So when I think about why we don't just do it, there's a lot that goes behind not just not doing it. Um, what does people, I have to think about my kids and how they may feel if my content comes across their social media feeds. I think about my children's feed, I mean their friends' feed, when my content comes across their friends' feed. I think about my husband's feed when my content comes across his feed, and across the people that he works with feed. And how do people see you? Not that it should matter, but it does. And if you have any regard for who you are and what you're doing within your life and how you see yourself, the values and the morals that you portray, then that would be somewhat of a bother to you, or in my opinion, it should be. Um, People on YouTube don't know you. No, they don't. But people on TikTok just may. People on Instagram just may. Even though you don't usually let the people that you want, that follow you, but you never know who's actually following you, especially after you've reached a certain level of influence. So when I think about just doing it again, how do we just do it in a way that we're just doing it without degrading ourselves or putting out content just to actually make money from it? There's this saying that money is the root of all evil, and well, that's a Bible verse, but there's also, people say that if you sell your soul to the devil, if you'll sell your soul for money, what else would you sell your soul for? So I constantly think about those things, those conversations, and am I going to come here and can you hear me now? Am I going to sell my soul to the devil? No. Am I going to get on social media half naked? No. Am I going to come on here and do stupid stuff? No, because I'm not going to make a fool out of myself just to get views. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen for me. But I do want to encourage business owners. I do want to encourage aspiring business owners. I want to encourage people that have gone through family trauma and have had to break generational curses and have have had to live a life of poverty and want to know how to get out. You know, I am all of that. At the end of the day, I think about how I've been able to allow myself how to come out of my situations, which were, um, I grew up poor. My dad was a drug addict and my mom was a drunk, and it was hard. I am the oldest of six, and I am the only girl of four. I have two sisters, but they're 10 and 11 years up under me. So when I think about my life, it has not been one amazing journey. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, and I had to sit down and really get it out of the mud. So I want to be that person that comes on to YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram to be that encouraging person. I am not selling anything. I just finished writing a book, but I'm not selling regurgitated material to make people buy a course, or I'm not trying to get you to watch views to see how to grow your YouTube channel, because I don't know. I don't know how. I am doing the same thing you're doing, trying to grow my channel and trying to get to the 1,000 subscriber mark, and doing all of the things that, everybody else is doing to try to monetize on these platforms. But you see all the time in those, in the sex, all you see in your feed is just do it. Just post the content. Just post what you're doing all day. And that's fine and dandy, but what are you really posting? Do you want to watch me eat all day? No, I don't really want to watch you eat. For some people that might be interesting, but it's not to me. I like to infiltrate my brain with something that I can learn from, that's going to add value to my life, and how to sit. Sometimes I need to find ways to do things that I have not necessarily grew up doing. I had to teach myself how to become a young lady. Like, I'm being honest. Like, I grew up in the streets and in the hood, like, seriously. But I knew that wasn't the life that I wanted to live. So as I was growing up, I watched the Cosby Show, and uh, I can't think of the name of it, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and the Brady Bunch, and all of those shows, because those were my inspirations to how I wanted to live my life. Claire Huxtable was one of my favorites. I loved how she spoke. I loved how she dressed. I loved how she carried herself. I loved how she cared for her family. I loved how she kept things together. I just loved how she managed the household. Like, that was my idol as a child growing up. And I think that I may even probably actually dress like her now. And not even thinking about it, but I know that, she has been one that has been an inspiration to me as it pertains to how I live my life, and how I aspire to teach and treat my daughters and my children how to be young women in life, and to respect themselves, and to respect who they are, not only in person but on social media as well, because you never know who it is that's watching you. So when I think about, again, just doing it, it's a little bit more to just doing it. And for those of us that are wanting to monetize on social media, I'm just here to say, it's okay if you feel like just doing it isn't where you are. There is people out here that you have something that they want to learn from. You are doing something that is beneficial to the world, that maybe you haven't figured it out, what it is that you bring to the table. But don't lose yourself in trying to chase money. My thing for life is that I don't have to chase money. Money always finds me. I think about everything in abundance because I know what it is to be poor. So I don't feel like I have to go after a lifestyle. I don't have to be on social media to chase a lifestyle. I live my life, and that's the life that I feel like I'm supposed to live. I don't worry about what other people are doing. But I'm not going to say that I don't get caught up in scrolling sometimes and thinking that this person is doing XYZ, and I should be able to do that. I do get caught up in that. Sometimes now I'll be like, okay, I need to change my content up a little bit, just to kind of to follow the trend. Trends are good because the trends are what keeps you monetized, I guess, in whatever it is you're doing. But be careful with following the trends because you never know. Like the trends, people are out here living fake lives. Just like, you never know what they're really doing. I look at, I go and try to find a lot of the background behind the scenes type of stuff, and I read a lot. So when I think about how people are renting houses to create their content, going to luxury restaurants to stand in front of $1 million luxury brand cars, and just doing the most with, you don't know who they are, so you don't really know what they're doing behind the scenes. So that's what I'm here to say, is that, if we're going to just do it, but be mindful of what you're just doing. And if you want to make sure that you're preserving who you are as a person and you are not selling your soul to the devil, then I'm here. I'm right here with you, boo. I am right here with you. We are both on the same page. You will not see me on here dancing, doing anything stupid unless I actually know how to do it, or that I am finding it funny myself, because I am a person that hasn't danced in my life. I have been one. I'm learning to dance because dancing was a trauma that I experienced when I was a child. And I just told myself that I'd never dance because I didn't want anybody making fun of me. But at 47, I've decided that I am free and I can live and I can learn. So I have been in dancing classes and trying to learn how to line dance just because I want to. But you will not see me put or post anything online that will have me looking really stupid just for views. I'm sorry. Like if we're in a group and we're having fun, maybe. And it may be fun to others, and it may be whatever, but it's not always to me. So I just kind of sit back and I'll be like, you'll never see me doing that. And I guess, and it comes with, a lot of it comes with letting your hair down and just being able to be free. I haven't gotten there yet, sis. I'm not there. I don't want you to see me at 47 years old running through a store, falling on the floor, trying to get a view and posting it on social media. That's not gonna happen. I'm not going to be on social media doing silly stuff. I'm just not gonna do it. But it's to each his own, and whatever you feel like you need to do to get where you are going. If it's within your limits, then hey, do it. But if it's not, then just be okay with, hey, I have to find the thing that makes me happy on social media. I have to know that when I get to where I want to be and I find my voice on social media, I'm good with it. I know that I'm doing what I like. And whatever everybody else is doing on social media, it's totally okay. That's what they like, that's what they do. Hey, if they like it, I love it. But don't get lost in trying to monetize on social media and not get caught and lose yourself in trying to keep up with what everybody else is doing, because just because they say just post the content doesn't mean that you have to just post the content, or you have to just post anything so that you can get views or be seen in a way that you are not happy being seen. um, Having to deal with social media and its comments. I even sit and think about the comments that sometimes people post. They don't bother me. Sometimes I get a kick out of it because I do know that people are miserable within their own lives. And they come on social media to make you miserable as well. But they also come on and make, that's engagement. So allow them to make the negative comments and say whatever it is that they want to say, because again, those comments keep the engagement up. So if they want to make negative comments and you know that it doesn't have anything to do with you, then hey, But like one guy just came, I just blocked him because he asked me what kind of panties I had on. I'm not having that this morning. I look like I'm about to tell you what kind of panties I have on? No, that is not your business. So you're blocked it's 8:49 here, so it's too early in the morning for me to be entertaining that kind of foolishness. So it's just block. And that's the way I see it, because he was just gonna keep going and going and going. But yeah, so you are in control of who you are as a person. You are in control of what's being shown in your algorithm, how your algorithm looks on your social media platforms. You're in control of all of that. And you are in control of being who you are as a person and how you are as a person. And if you are a good human being or a mean human being, that's who you are. And I mean, nobody can say anything about it. But I personally, I want to be a good human being. I want to make sure that I am being the person that I would want other people to be to me. So I'm not going to just do it like that. I'm just posting, but this morning I had a little good conversation. I let my head going, just kind of doing stuff. But so I've been on here for 20 minutes. And Seneca, I am so excited that you stuck around and hung out with me this morning. I wish I knew how to respond to you on YouTube Live and type something back, but I don't. But I am so thankful for you joining today. And I hope you join me again on another day or go and check out some of my videos. But until the next one, you guys have an amazing day on purpose. And don't let anybody ruin it, because you're in control of how you feel and what happens in your day-to-day life. Have an amazing day. Bye.